Welcome, everybody, to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive and keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 11 seed in this playoff, LSU Tigers, taking on the number 7 seed in the playoff, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today? The kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. They'll run this play from the pistol formation. Off the play fake on first down. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Offense getting set. It's second down. They'll hand it off. And the run moves the ball up to the 33.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
They'll try to keep the opening drive going here. It's third down and 2. Toss play to the outside. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That is a great job by this defense. The defensive line really taking control up front. I love how those linebackers flowed on that play. Nice tackle for a loss. It sets up a fourth down.
The offense stays on the field of this opening drive. They'll go for it in their own territory. Here we go, fourth down. They'll try to run for it. Oh, they've stopped him short. What a fourth down play, and they will take over on downs now.
Interesting call here early, showing that they're coming in with an aggressive mindset, but they come up short of the first down.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? It's a shotgun run call. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's second and 3.
Hey, nice RPO here by the offense. The defense is going to sit back and make it easy on the quarterback. Hand it off up the middle. Nice solid gain. Stay ahead of the chains.
Second down after that previous play. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He's going to lose yardage there. The defense closed in and forces him out of bounds.
That's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Tries the right with a quick throw. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Looking to pass. It's Robinson. Launching one to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Anderson. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. That last possession, they got stopped on 4th down in their own end. Let's see if they can get it going this time. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. We got some ground to make up, 2nd and long from the 15. Caught over the middle. It's Watkins. Good enough for a fresh set of downs. They'll spot the ball at the 40.
Well, how about that? Another LSU wide receiver makes a big-time catch for the Tigers offense. Oh, just a couple names to throw out. How about OBJ? How about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, who right now arguably two of the top receivers in the NFL, all from LSU. And watching this young man right here, he's hoping he's next in line.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Makes a quick grab and uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. They bring him down, but the junior quarterback showing off the cannon.
Well, it's great to see this quarterback from LSU make that throw and put it right on the money to pick up that 1st down. And I think that's the big thing that LSU fans want to see is consistency from the quarterback position. There have been moments where you've seen that. There have been other moments where they've been asking for more out of their quarterback. So you had the Burrow moment in 2019 that was historic, one of the best we've ever seen in the sport. But now you want to see throws like this and be a great complement to that running game, and then you become a complete package and a real threat in the SEC.
Pass complete. It's 2nd down now. And there's the handoff. Picks up a short gain, but his swarm of the defense flying to the football.
Well, another short game for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire 1st half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
Looking downfield, it's Collins. He bought some time, now lets it go. Catch made on the right side. Touchdown, LSU. Strong game by this quarterback.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. And there's the point after. Getting set to kick the ball off now. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And Tennessee's offense back out on the field now. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? Throws it to the right. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a 1st down.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
One play moves the ball to the 44. It'll be 1st down. He hands it off from the gun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
To throw, it's Robinson. He pulls in the catch. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
Boy, great throw and a first down for Tennessee, and they are in business. This quarterback is playing well, and, you know, Chris, they are able to recruit the nation when it comes to quarterback play because of the history and tradition they have. Started really with Peyton Manning, but has worked its way through. Think about T. Martin, won the national title in '98. Hendon Hooker, what he did a few years ago. Go back to Josh Dobbs. Boy, they got some great quarterbacks that have played here.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Grab behind the line. It's Haynes. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Hey, they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Crucial third down play after that completion. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Caught on the outside. It's Brazil. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
The Volunteers line up on 1st and 10 now. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. And they get him down after the completion. The offense will line up, chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Looking to pass, it's Robinson. He's got it near the end zone. And they get him down to wrap up the first period of play. So here we go, an exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a 1st and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
What a job by this defense. They would simply not relent. Incredible effort.
Coming up, 2nd down and goal. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
What a great job here by the defense, reading that play, pursuing to the football. Nice loss of yardage there on 2nd and goal. Now it's 3rd and goal for the offense.
They'll look to throw it on 3rd and goal. And he's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. Pass midfield. The 30. Past the 20. Return to pick 6. Touchdown, Tigers. And the interception taken to the house. A pick 6. Potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick 6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee's high-powered offense is back out on the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick 6. And they recover from that right now. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. To the air. It's Robinson. Quick throw to his receiver. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window.
Well, this guy obviously did what he needed to do to get himself ready for this game. It's a favorable matchup. He's got a lot of confidence. He's already come up with 2 interceptions in this game alone. Locked in on what he needs to do to be in position and making plays for this defense.
Here comes a handoff. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Looks like LSU has the first down.
Chris, I know we think about LSU. We go back to 2019, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, that dynamic offense. But at the end of the day, it's still LSU. It's still the SEC. And ground and pound is something they will never move away from. Great job here, and move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Receiver makes the grab. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31.
It was a great completion here. Quarterback puts this ball on the money. And when you talk about LSU and you talk about the history, it's easy to bring up Joe Burrow in 2019. But, Chris, you've been following this as long as I have. You know that when LSU is really dangerous, they get consistent play from the quarterback. It doesn't have to be Burrow, but just a guy that can be efficient, be a good leader, and complement the running game. And right now you're starting to see that from this team. Good completion. Now, can you do it consistently? Because if you can, with the athletes they have around that position, they become a real threat.
He'll hand it off. They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable 3rd down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 more yards a pop like that.
Dropping back, it's Collins. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. So still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now here.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the first quarter to establish the lead, the second quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And the Volunteers' powerful offense back out in the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Pulls it in. It's Matthews. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker. The Volunteers looking to run some tempo here.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. They bring him down, but wow, the freshman showing off the arm strength. This line getting set up. It's a first down play.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Big gain across midfield. Tackle finally made at the 32. They're going to run it here. Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3. No huddle now for the offense. Looking to throw. It's Robinson. Short throw to the sideline, forced out after just a short gain. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. So we've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. Can he get there on the ground? Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
It's a good job here by this offensive line and the running back. Listen, these guys have really had a lot to do with why they're in this playoff game, right? So give it to the offensive line in the back. Get the first down on this 3rd and short. See what you can do from here.
And the Volunteers will have 1st and 10 here. Some hard running there through a tackle.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. But that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Makes the catch for the defense, breaks in the ball, and it's a short gain. They get to the line in a hurry here for this 3rd down. Can he make it to the marker? And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. And with all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion, keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here. Now let's see if they can keep that rhythm going.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. Finally out of bounds after a solid gain, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this out. Offense moving backwards after that holding penalty. The Vols looking to cap the drive here. It's 1st and goal. Dropping back. It's Robinson. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. 2nd down. We're going to throw it. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. Game moves the ball to the 4. It's 3rd down and goal. Oh, it's snapped to the back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Tell you what, for a tired defense that's been out on that field for a long time on this drive, what a stop there on 3rd and goal. It brings us to 4th and goal. And as a head coach on the offensive side, when you put together this kind of drive, you're this close inside the 3-yard line, you got to come away here with a touchdown.
It's 4th and goal from the 5, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Launching one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vols. So with playoff pressure curve, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
And the point after is good. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. Bringing it out, it's Anderson. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Let's see how the offense plays it here. Not much time remaining if they want to get a chunk play, put him in scoring position before the half. First down, looking to throw the ball. Gets rid of it on the move. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
After the incompletion, QB tries it again on 2nd and 10. Grab down the middle. It's Sampson. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
To throw, it's Collins. Trying to create outside the pocket now. And is intercepted. Brought down after a short return at the 20 to snuff out the scoring threat in the red zone.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. And he didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. There's the handoff. Finds room at the 30. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. This will likely be the last play of the half. First down, looking to throw the football. Pressure is coming. They can't come up with it there, and that's going to do it. Time runs out in the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And they'll kick it away now to get this third quarter underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Volunteers' high-tempo offense is back out on the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Caught over the middle. It's Matthews. And that is a first down gain. Moves the ball to the 40.
But move the sticks for a first down for this Tennessee offense. And this quarterback is really starting to throw the ball well, putting the ball on the money, and giving these receivers a chance to make plays after the catch. And I tell you, they've had some great quarterbacks, as we know, that have played in their time in Knoxville.
Gain moves the ball to the 40. It'll be first down. Back to throw. It's Robinson. Throw to the running back in the flat. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain. A completion makes it second down. He's going to hand this off. Powering right past the defender. Breaking free at the 35. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back. Just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right. And then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down.
The Vols begin a new series here. 1st and 10. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Ball carrier running through tackles. Touchdown, Volunteers. Still no answer for this offense. Took some extra time in the weight room, paying off on that play.
What a job shedding tackles, crossing that goal line. And if you're this defense, you got to focus a bit more on the fundamentals and wrapping up, because poor tackling teams get exposed by running backs like this.
Automatic on the PAT. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Return starts from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. This offense trying to bounce back. The last possession ended in a pick. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
To throw, it's Collins. He's escaping the pocket now. He's looking to scramble. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down now. They bring the punter onto the field now. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Offense back out on the field now. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's 2nd down. And the Vols will crank up the tempo. And the QB will try again on 2nd and 10. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And a nice gain there in the scramble. He saw an opening and tried to get there with his legs. The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Looking for the wideout. And it's complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
Well, this is why this guy's one of the top wide receivers in college football. It's 3rd down. The defense knows you're probably going to go to him, and they still can't stop him from coming down with a big play.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. Dropping back, it's Robinson. Tries the right with a quick throw. He's got it for a big gain. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
Boy, nice pickup there, Chris. We'll have to see if this defense stays in man coverage after giving up another big play.
The Volunteers pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs. It's an option look. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Touchdown, Tennessee. Fought all the way back to take the lead.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
PAT puts them in front by 7. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And here comes that LSU offense back on the field. Last time was a quick 3-and-out. Can they get a drive going this time? Looking downfield, it's Collins. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. The offense went with the hurry-up.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
That's reeled in. It's Sampson. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first down. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
4th down. He's throwing for it. And he can't connect. The gamble doesn't pay off.
Oh, my gosh, a drop pass here on this 4th down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a first down, and he drops it. This one could come back to haunt him.
Defense is coming after him. And the sophomore's got him for a sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
First down sack pushes the ball back. 2nd down coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Makes the grab. It's Matthews. Tackle made after the completion.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
One of those critical 3rd down plays coming up. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Fights off a defender. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Looks like the coach decides to go for 3 points here. Here comes the field goal team. This will be a 50-yard attempt. Let's see if he's got the leg. And he's made it from 50 yards out, showing off the deep range.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Last time they gambled and lost, went for it in 4th down in their territory and got stopped. They'll run it here. And they'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Scanning the field, it's Collins. Throws it to the right. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Looking to scramble now. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the 3rd quarter of play. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a 1st down play. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8. Offense operating at high tempo now. No huddle. And now the handoff. And he picks up the 1st down before they get into the ground.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Looking to pass this time. And it's incomplete even in a 1st down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
And I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. Quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right, but that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. Contact as he threw it. And this pass is on target. Caught. Tackle is finally made, but not before a big gain. They'll spot it at the 24.
Well, this is what separates the men from the boys right here. This quarterback knows he's going to get hit, does a good job of staying laser focused on his target, and as he throws that ball, he gets annihilated, but big positive yards because of that determination by the quarterback.
They've got him down at the 3. Big gain in that completion.
Chris, this guy has a big-time arm. He just zipped the ball in there. You know, you can sometimes show your arm strength in other ways than just bombing it deep.
Here we go. 1st and goal. A touchdown here gets them right back into this game. They try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1. It's a 2nd and goal play for the offense. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Chris, I just don't know about short gains like this, especially keeping the ball on the ground. The clock keeps moving. They need points on that scoreboard in a hurry. Got to throw the football. You cannot afford to allow this clock to keep ticking.
Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. Remember, a field goal here doesn't do much. So on 4th and goal, they're going for the touchdown. And the wideout goes in motion. Back to pass. It's Collins. Catch made on the left side. Touchdown, LSU. This offense really clicking. Kirk, you look for rust, you look for jitters in the opening drive. Not any sign of it for that offense.
You know, the offensive coordinator, when we talked with him this week, he had a feeling that this offense was going to be able to start fast, but I don't even know if he thought they would look this good this early.
Here's the point after attempt. PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer. Now they get set to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And Tennessee's high-powered offense is back out on the field. They got points on the board last time thanks to a long-range field goal. Grab down the middle. It's Davis. But he's hammered by the linebacker. What a hit.
That's a good job here staying ahead of the chains. Good pickup here on first down. The quarterback hits the safety valve that time. The big tight end. That'll bring up a second and manageable here for this offense.
Here's the second down play. They'll work the clock here with their running game. The Volunteers look to keep this drive moving.
And that's going to be a first down. And really, Chris, kind of surprised here in the fourth quarter not to see this defense dial up some pressure. They're just sitting back in the base, making it relatively easy for the offense to pick up a first down on the ground.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. Looking to throw. It's Robinson. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And he fires the football to the right side. That deep shot is caught for a big gain.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
And the Volunteers looking to keep this drive moving. Keeping it on the ground here. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down.
Boy, is this guy fun to watch or what? Here we are in the fourth quarter, critical down in distances, and this guy is just churning out yards the way he has most of this game, showing a lot of physicality and natural running instincts in space.
A gain makes it second and medium. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Ball handed off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Smart play to keep it on the ground to try to keep that clock moving, but there's still a lot of work here on third down for this offense with the lead. Face it, you got one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Put the ball in his hands, let him work his magic.
This is a big third down play coming up. If they can get the stop, you have to believe we'd see a timeout. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Dropping back, it's Robinson. Lets it go quickly. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Interesting call here, Chris, to throw the ball on 3rd and short. Unable to come up with a first down. Now here at 4th down, you got a big decision to make. Do you kick the field goal just to add to the lead, or maybe go for this here with a chance to drop the hammer?
Leading here in the 4th quarter will keep the offense on the field, trying to stretch the lead and keep possession. And he finds his target. He has the first. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. And that's a great example that he's up to.
In the red area, it's Selden. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Play action fake, looking to throw. And the pass is complete to the tight end. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So here we go, 3rd down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. Handoff as they try to work the clock here. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So on 4th down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. This one is right through.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. On the run here, lets it go. That's caught. It's Sampson. They're able to get him down. They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Breaks loose at the 40. That'll be enough for a first down, brought down at the 43.
Was a nice job up front by the offensive line. But give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. To the air. It's Collins. Makes a quick catch. They get him down, but he crosses midfield. Spot the ball at the 44. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the first down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this first down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch it, but eventually get the first.
Incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. From the gun, he looks for an open man. The ball is incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
Well, this is it. Late in the game, really tight situation. This is what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback. Can he come up with the play to keep this drive alive?
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. With the catch, it's Anderson. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. 4th down, drops back, looking to throw for it. Looking for his big tight end. He's got it, and that is enough for a 1st down. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down, and the drive keeps going.
Well, that's exactly when you want to go to your little slot receiver, right? He gets a one-on-one matchup on 4th down, has all that room to work with in the middle of the field. Get him the football on 4th down, come up with the conversion, keep those sticks moving.
He's moving out of the pocket. And left with no option, just has to throw it away.
Man, I like this play. I mean, not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Offense facing a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Collins. Bringing pressure. On the run, he'll let it go. It's caught downfield. Tackled at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Launching one to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers.
What composure by this offense to now score with under 15 seconds to go to tie this game up. An extra point gives him the lead and potentially the victory.
0-0 on the clock. They can win the game by converting the PAT. And he's got it. The kick is good. A walk-off PAT for the win. That's a great performance in a pressure moment. But now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play and be able to accomplish this to get to the national championship. That says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically. They get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sport